Good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. And today we definitely have a cool one. We have a very well-priced one, and one that's a little too big for the camera right now. It is the Power Rangers Dino Megazord from Hasbro, from Ross. Now, I've bought this before, I think probably 2 years ago it must have been, for the kiddos. And didn't pay 15 bucks back then. I paid a little bit more, but not too much more. I think this was kind of like I think 45 bucks is right on the money, what it was from Amazon. So not too bad at all. Didn't really mess with it that much, but was able to find it for 15. So I'm going to actually add this to my collection instead of the kids' kind of toy box collection. So let's get this bad boy unboxed, have a look at it, and give some thoughts. Alright, straight out of the cardboard. This is kind of what you get out of the plastic prison right there. Pretty simple, to the point. You know, just first glances, you're going to look and see like, okay, this isn't anything special, but I do see a little bit of movement and, you know, not like ultra toy looks, which is nice. So we're going to go and pull them out of the plastic prison and really set them free and really see what we got going on. Alright, got everybody released. We do have a little bit of directions here on, you know, how to put them into different dinosaur tank mode. I think this is what we got going on here. So tank mode, and then on the back, of course, we got the actual Megazord mode. I do believe this is the only one that they made like this. I don't think they did a any kind of Thunder Zord or White Tiger Zord or even Dragon Zord for that matter. So this is really a, you know, you kind of get what you get of Megazords from Hasbro. So let's go ahead and dig right into some accessories. You do get a power sword, which again is nothing to write home about. You know, it's just a piece of plastic, and not a very, I mean, you get this detail here, but I don't really, you know why you couldn't do that over here. You get like the just kind of the injection molding or whatever it is. It's like bing bonk, you know, rinse and repeat going on there. Then you get some kind of like, I think these are the blasters either for the Black Ranger Zord or the Yellow Ranger Zord. I'm not sure which one it goes to. I'm thinking the Black Ranger Zord. I think the Mastodon, it goes to that. And speaking of the Mastodon, let's go ahead and pull out the Mastodon. Get a nice look here. Again, as far as everything like silver or gray, you're getting the gray plastic. There's definitely nothing else that you're going to get there. No extra details added. Sticker is already applied here, and looks like the eyes are painted. And then, do you believe that's a sticker? Yeah, it's got to be a sticker. So sticker here, and then paint here. So overall, actually, the Mastodon's not bad. As far as movement goes, nothing really to write home about at all. Really nothing. You got a little bit of head movement, but as far as posability, yeah, you're not getting a whole lot there. Moving on to the Saber-Tooth Tiger, you do have some Saber-Tooth Tiger teeth, which again are in that gray, and they are just kind of sloppy, and everything like. I don't want to like go too like hard on it because it wasn't meant to be a collector's thing, so I keep a pretty positive spin on it. For a kid, that, you know, the ability to move these legs is great. Have them run around. Have a little blaster up here if you want to call that, use that as a blaster. Or of course the Saber-Tooth has a tail. And then these numbers in here, which I'm going to guess are for kind of directions on where to put everything. I hope, and hopefully this isn't just a factory thing. You know, this is part number 2 for this thing. Hopefully it has to do with putting the Zords together. But overall, this is probably like a so you get the screws on this side. It's like, this side's great looking, and this side, yeah, not so much. You know, obviously for 45, 50 bucks, yeah, that's kind of a, I would, you know, not great for that. But we'll keep on keeping on. Let's go with the pterodactyl, which is always like the biggest kind of blah thing that you always kind of get with the Power Rangers Megazords, is the pterodactyl. It just kind of is what it is. The wings are there. The detail on the actual kind of head here of the pterodactyl is actually okay. Paint here is not terrible. The silver is actually pretty decently shiny and metallic-y. Little detail here, little detail there, sticker-wise. So that's kind of nice. They could have cheaped out even more so there, and they didn't, so I do appreciate that. A little bit of sculpting detail on the inside, which is about what I'd expect. So overall, the pterodactyl is actually really pretty good. As it relates to other pterodactyls, you know, it is kind of what it is. Alright, on to Triceratops, my favorite. You got a kind of silly cannon design here. That's kind of weird. It definitely isn't very show accurate for sure. It's like a scooper almost. Like this is like Rubble from Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. There you go. There. Any movement here? Nope. Mouth does not open. Head does not move at all. I shouldn't say at all. It's going to go up for the you know, the transformation, but that's all you're going to get. As far as the actual head itself, you're not getting any movement. Horns are, again, that gray plastic. No wheels, which is another disappointing. Like, you molded the wheels on. Like, why would you bother molding the wheels on? That seems kind of ridiculous. Like, what's the point? Maybe that was originally molded in as a, like, this is where the wheels are going to be, and they just cost-cutted it, but kind of garbage there. I guess in the end, that's probably why this ended up in Ross for 15 bucks. And then again, those screw holes like we had with the Triceratops, kind of crummy, is what it is. And then we're off to the T-Rex, which may be kind of the more disappointing thing here, especially with these knees. I mean, if you wanted these in dinosaur mode, like you're pretty worthless on that. This alone kind of makes it undisplayable in the dinosaur mode. You know, if you're balling on a budget, you know, and you need Power Rangers toys in your collection, and you're like, oh, you know, this will be a great representation. I'll put all the dinosaurs, and then you have something like these knees. It kind of ruins it. So you're definitely going to have to go a tiger or a tank mode or a just straight up Megazord mode. For sure, I would definitely go with that. Head sculpt on it is actually pretty good. You do get some open mouth action, which of course is just going to look like the forehead of the Megazord, so take that for what it's worth. But overall, the sculpt on the head isn't too bad. The front is what it is. You do get a little bit of hand movements here, so that's kind of nice. Decent detail. Nice little sticker here on the side, and then again you're just running into that. And I think the tail is pretty rough too with the see-through kind of just molded in looks there. It's just not really, you know, this should be just, I would think this should be a solid piece, you know, not the indentions and all that stuff. So I guess that was some form of cost cutting or a way that they thought they could get more detail look to it with it that way, but not really a fan. But yeah, let's get this set up in tank mode. I haven't done this. I set the kids up with this in Megazord mode, and that was super easy. So I'm going to get it up in tank mode. I don't have enough tank modes, Megazords in my collection, so we're going to get in tank mode and see how that goes. Alright, got it in tank mode, and I'll be honest, yuck. Just, I can't display it like this. So we're going to go for the Megazord in hopes that things get a little better. Alright, got him in Megazord mode, and I must say it's definitely a lot better. It is what it is. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. But for 15 bucks, I can't really be mad at it. It'll look just fine sitting on a kind of random extra shelf that I have of just kind of nonsense. But for, like I said, for 15 bucks, you really can't beat it. Unless you find a great flea market find of, you know, anything else. But I'm happy with this. 15 bucks, totally worth the purchase of $15, no doubt about it. But what do you guys think? Is this something that you'd be willing to say, you know what, I'm not really a Power Rangers fan, or, you know, it doesn't really fit into my main collection, but I do, you know, have good memories of it as a child. So it'd be good to put on the shelf. I think this is something, if that's kind of where you're at, your headspace is, I think this is a great thing to just put on the shelf and be like, yep, there it is, Power Rangers. Good memories of that. But let us know in the comments down below. And while you're there, don't forget to go ahead and like this video. And of course, subscribe to the channel as we post new content every single day. But I think that's enough of this couple-year-old Megazord. So it's time to go ahead and throw one back. So for myself and Uncle BJ, we are going to throw one back, and we'll see you all next time.